Number one, it depends on the reason.
Y'all, I'm sorry. Can I pause you real quick? Tim
Why?
Nichols has guns. I mean, you look pretty ripped there, my friend. Oh man.
All right, I really like this question, so I'm gonna move on to this question. What do you do with a Bible that is sent to you for review, but it turns out you don't really recommend it? How do you handle a situation like that?
Oh, you want me to go
And
first?
I actually had this. Yeah, I had this happen pretty recently myself, where I was I wouldn't say I wouldn't recommend it, but it was kind of like,
Yeah.
kind of tepid about it. Go ahead, Tim Wildsmith.
I have had, and I know that you all are so surprised to hear this, that there are sometimes people who are very mean on the internet. And
Really?
some of my nastiest comments have been people who, say, very harshly say that he never says anything bad about Bibles, and he's,
Right.
He's just trying to get free Bibles
Just
and all
a
this
home-
stuff. Yeah. And
Yeah.
And so one of the things I say is, my response to that question is twofold. There have been a handful of times where I've gotten a Bible. Well, here, I'll start this by saying, I don't consider myself a Bible critic. I am reviewing it, but I don't say review like I'm an art critic or a film critic and I'm here to tell you whether it's good or bad. I want to review the Bible. My goal, as I've stated time and time again, is to help people find a Bible that's right for them. And so when I review a Bible, I'm walking you through it, showing you. Every now and then I'll mention some things that I personally don't like, but it's really not about my personal opinion. It's about showing you what this Bible is and highlighting why it makes it special and what's good about it, so you can kind of figure out if it's right for you. I'm not here to say, oh, I hate this, I hate that, because I'm just trying to kind of review the Bibles and be fair, right? Every now and then I've gone on record as saying, the premium Bibles from Crossway have those 4 dinky double stacked ribbons, and I don't think those are good. I think it's kind of hilarious at this point that they have not changed at those ribbons, because everybody hates those ribbons. But so
not everybody.
well, they should.
This guy doesn't hate.
So A, I don't really consider myself a critic, so I'd like to get that out there. But B, there have been a couple of Bibles that have come to me that I just thought, this really stinks. And so my choice is, I just don't review it. And I'll say to the publisher, hey, this one's not going to work for me. I'm happy to send it back to you, because I think there's always, most Bibles, I can find something that I'm like, okay, I'm going to, even premium, non-premium, everything, I can find something to say about this Bible to showcase it to people so they can see it. My viewers want to see what's out there and what's new. And that's what I feel my responsibility is, not to necessarily bash it. I know there's other reviewers who want to be more like critics, and that's their prerogative to do that. I'm totally cool with that. So yeah, there have been a handful, not many, but there are a handful of Bibles who've showed up. I've been asked to review, and I've just been like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Even like study Bibles, where it's like, I might not agree with the theology espoused in the study notes. I try to be, as we talked about earlier, like Tim does on his channel, really welcoming and generous to everybody, hospitable, and just talk about what's good about a Bible. So anyway, that's the long answer to how I take that. But the answer is, if I hate it, I just don't review it.
Yeah.
What do you do,
All
Nichols?
right. Yes.
What do I do? Well, it depends. I'm going to be really unprofessional. I have no B-cam like Wildsmith, so I have to get up and do something. So I'm going to try to do this as uninvasively as possible. But I have 3 approaches when there's a Bible that I don't like. Number one, it depends on the reason.
Y'all, I'm sorry. Can I pause you real quick? Tim
Why?
Nichols, Tim Nichols has guns. I mean, you look pretty ripped there, my friend. Oh man.
He rips the Bibles apart that he doesn't like. That's what he does.
Yeah. Wow. So now you've got me flabbergasted. Turn the tables on me. Anyhow, back to the real topic here is there's 3 categories of Bibles for me. You can say 4.
Okay.
The 4th one is like Wildsmith, when the layout is just bad, the font is too small, and there's just like, no one's going to be able to use this. I'll reach out to the publisher and just say, hey, I'm not going to be able to review this. Generally, they'll say, just go ahead and keep it, because I'm not going to be able to help you.
Yeah.
So that, if I don't like it because it's flawed, for example, let's say I get it and the gilding's thrashed, or one of the papers, one of the pages has had that fold over what's not cut properly, and then I'll contact them and say, hey, this is a bad apple here. Do you want me to review this? And then we'll negotiate through that process. And if they say yes, then I'm just honest and say, hey, this isn't normal. I probably got a lame duck. A lot of times they'll send you a replacement and say, hey, we'll take that one back or whatever. And, we'll look it over, make sure that I like that. And another one is if it's just outright heresy. If it's outright heresy, then I'll review it and I'll hammer it. As a matter of fact, this is my most popular video. Watch the video. It's pushing 10,000 views. I'm not really controversial. I'm just laying out my opinion. I'm not being angry, laying out, this is the deal. This is what this is about. And I tell you what, I've been getting drilled in the comments on that video. It's actually pretty, as a matter of fact, I made a follow-up video to answer the questions that I was getting asked in the comments.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So anyhow, that's kind of approach number one is contact the publisher and say, hey, this is a lame duck, or I'm not going to be able to help you on this review. The second one is if it's something that I really feel needs to be addressed, then I'll go ahead and review it and just say, hey, it's something you want to avoid. Then the third category is, you know what, this isn't for me. I don't like this one, but they made it for a reason. It's good quality, and maybe someone will enjoy this. So here's what it is. And then, of course, the fourth category of, I guess, bad Bibles would be ones that I really, really, really like. There's just a certain aspect, like the paper's terrible. So that's kind of my approach when reviewing a Bible that I don't like is, number one, I contact the publisher. If I don't like it, it's messed up. If I don't like it because it's, you can hear the preacher coming out of me. Let me repeat the points. Or I tell them I can't review it. I review it for the purpose of exposing it. So people, hey, don't fool with this thing. I review it with the perspective that, hey, you know what, I don't like this, but maybe it's for you. And then I review it from the perspective, hey, I really like this, but this part of it's really terrible.